Hi guys, hi my little scorpions. Welcome to the Conjurer's Table. It is me, Lucian, and guess what? I have a special surprise for you guys. So, with me tonight, I have Momma Squirrel and Hecsen, the Bone Whisperer. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Woohoo!
Hi.
So, Momma Squirrel, tell us a little about yourself.
Oh goodness, I'm Momma Squirrel, and what did you want to know? I forgot now. I've been practicing for like 18, 19 years, something like that. I call myself an eclectic pagan witch, and I do whatever feels right to me.
That's awesome. What about you, Hecsen?
Hi, guys. I'm Hecsen, also known as the Bone Whisperer, Hex. And I like to call myself a spiritual witch. My practice is very eclectic. It's African Orisha based with a blend of some Wicca, some other types of witchcraft and things like that. So it's a little bit of a really nice mix up in there.
Yay.
And I've been practicing. I would say I started with Wicca at the age of 14 years old, and I'm 31 now. So that's like what, 16 years?
Well, hold up. Go back for a minute. You're 30?
I'm 31.
Why did I think you were like 31? I thought you were like 24.
No, I'm 31. I just turned 31.
So cute.
I know. It's because we aged so well.
Oh,
It's those secrets, honey. It's those potions we be using on our skin, darling.
Making our skin look flawless. Well, except for mine. I have like scars everywhere. So I'm just going to turn to the chat very quickly. Welcome, everybody. So hello, Steven. Hi, Maya. Hi, Shamara.
Hi, Steven.
Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Dana. Hi, Owls Perch. Luna, Rose, Paris, Justin, Jack. Who else? Oh, this is weird.
Triple.
How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, Melissa, Melly. Okay, guys. So, as the title suggests, it's all about on-the-spot spell creation. So, as people filter in, I can't tell who's admin on this because there's no little blue thing to indicate. But what we're going to be doing is we'll have the chat let us know if there's any specific kind of spell that they're looking for within their life. Like, for example, if someone's looking for some healing work done, what Jennifer, Hecsen, and I we will collectively think of a awesome ritual personalized just for you guys. Yeah. And then if there's like absolutely no one in the chat that has nothing to say, we will just kind of
mix it up. Woo!
I'm down for that. Quick question.
Yeah.
You have access to the chat on the laptop because you are on YouTube. I'm through StreamYard. So I think I'm going to open the chat on my phone.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can get it on StreamYard. Are you on your laptop?
Yeah.
Click on live comments, honey.
Oh. Oh, I knew that.
Like, kidding. Hi, Angela. Who else just came in?
Pat. Hey, Pat.
Hi, Walking My Path. And who is this? Hi, Amethyst. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Jess. Hi, Patty Pat. Hi, Wiley. Hi, Denise.
Wiley, Kylie, Dawn, Amethyst Ascension, Pat.
The little bratty cat today. Mwah. Okay, guys. So anyone in the chat, do you have anything that you want us to craft for you guys, spell-wise?
I really wish YouTube would let us play music once in a while, just a little.
Well, I don't know why you guys have trouble with it. I've used music before on my YouTube.
I can't because of my ads. It gets mad at me every time I do it.
Oh.
Patty Pat. Oh, hold on. Wait, where did he go? Where'd he go? Here it is. Bam! So Patty Pat goes, "Hi, Lucian. What's up with Papa Scorpion?" So Patty Pat, I did a whole video, a couple of videos back about the scorpion itself and a whole symbolism. And I was going through it because I was like, I don't know what it was. I was super drawn to the scorpion. And I was reading up on the scorpion itself. And I was like, oh my gosh, the symbolism of the scorpion and what it represents metaphysically is something that really resonates with me. So that's why I start calling everyone my little scorpions on my channel.
Know what's really cool? I love scorpion energy a lot. And I don't know if you remember, but for tarot stock, the doll I brought with me, I had a pendant necklace that I had her to hold while doing tarot stock with a scorpion on it. It's like a preserved scorpion inside of resin.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have another one that's inside my bone set. But in my bone set, the meaning of the scorpion changes a little bit to mean something more like self-harm or like poisoning yourself, or it can represent an addiction, or but that's a whole other definition of the scorpion energy. But I had Sarah hold that pendant during tarot stock because I used it as a protection for her so that her spirit doesn't get kicked out of the doll basically by another spirit that would want to house the doll.
Oh, that's like the one I got at
so cute.
Crystal Show.
I was like, do I still have a scorpion? I was gonna give that to my son PJ because he's a scorpion, and then I'm like, nah, he's an ass. So I kept it.
I had one. Dave picked it up and he was like, oh, look, it's scorpion. I picked it up. I was like, no, Dave, that's a lobster. What you talking about? He's like, no, see the little stinger on the end? I was like, oh. I mean, it kind of looks like a poisonous lobster. You think about it.
Yeah, a little bit because it's kind of boxy. Yeah.
Maybe they come from the same ancestry.
Hold on. Someone just came in. Who was it? Hi, Caroline. And who was it that just said something? Okay, so let's start with Dana. She would love some healing. So,
Dana, we talked about this before, and I think you said it was okay, but I just wanted to check with you again before we out you on YouTube. But it would be good if we could individualize your healing. But I want to see that that's okay with you before I out you.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, the cat was like on top of the popcorn thing.
Shauna will be on in a bit. She's running to store for Alfredo sauce. Yum!
So, in terms of healing, what kind of things could you use for healing? Obviously, there are crystals. We have herbs. You could use a puppet to symbolize yourself or for someone else to channel that energy.
Okay, let me just say real quick, because we're going to individualize this for Dana specifically, because she just said, yes, we can out her here. So Dana is starting, she got a diagnosis of cervical cancer. Oh, no. And she is starting some heavy duty, brutal treatments that's going to knock the shit out of her, but it's going to knock the shit out of the cancer too. So she has 5 weeks coming up of radiation therapy every day except Sunday, and then 2 days a week on top of that with chemotherapy. She's going to let us know, and we'll be talking about that more on my channel because I want to start a healing chain so that every time she's in for a treatment, we have somebody sending her healing at that time.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. And so specifically for cervical healing stuff, you're going to talk about that is sacral chakra. So we can look at sacral chakra stuff.
I lost the chat now. It says private chat.
Go back to live comments.
That's
private
cool.
Chat is if me, you, and Lucy want to talk privately and say, oh, look at that jerk that just came on.
Which we wouldn't.
Kidding. So I cheated a little bit because I have specific things that I always do for most spells. So I put out just every chakra stone chips so I know which one I can grab. So carnelian is a good one for sacral chakra stuff. It's also good for fertility and stuff because it's sacral chakra. And then because it's sacral chakra, We're talking about oranges. So you can do orange candles, any candle work that you do. But because it's a Cancer thing, now I'm trying to remember. There's usually, most cancers have a color ribbon, and I usually look that up, but I don't know what cervical cancers is. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. Go ahead, you guys, if you have ideas in the meantime.
Well, where'd Hecsen go? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there.
Go,
Oh, yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I was like, wait, where did I go?
That's you.
That's you.
So what I would probably do is obviously I would use a poppet to represent yourself, to channel your own energy. And then what I would do is circle it with any scullies or crystals that are particular to healing and the sacral chakra. Where is the sacral chakra located? Is it like this one right here?
2 to 3 inches below your belly button.
Oh, I was like way off.
Ooh, way down there.
Oh, way down there. Okay.
It's teal. Teal colored.
Oh.
So then you can incorporate stuff that's teal colored in there too.
Maybe some Amazonite. I have an Amazonite heart.
Good. Yeah, I can think chrysocolla. That's a good teal colored stone. Let me see.
Clear quartz in general, right?
I would actually
away any negative energy.
Maybe it's because I work with Yamaya a lot, and you know the ocean is known for its healing water properties. So maybe even some ocean jasper for that earthly mother, you know, that healing that
get my glasses.
From deeper than the earth.
Hold on. So the other thing I do too is look up. I always have my herb books here in my working altar area. And so my favorite always is Herbal Magic by Paul Barrel.
That book is so good. And every time I see it on Amazon, it goes up price and then down and then back up. Oh my God. But it's such a good book.
I use it for everything.
Oh, yes. I completely forgot about candles. And I'm glad Diane just brought this up. She said, I have a black candle, banishing candle spell that I relight every day until the candle is done with a few words to say. Did that all
that's awesome. Because with that candle burning, you're diminishing that all that negative energy and stuff, and you're releasing, you're releasing that away from you.
Yeah, that's interesting because in hoodoo, the white candle is generally used to draw in energy, and black is used to banish. So that actually makes perfect sense. Now, my question is, do you guys always follow like the specific candle colors? Not always.
I do not. I try to. I try to, but I'm going to be honest with you. Let's say, for example, when you're first learning, in my experience, when I first was learning witchcraft, I had a lot of trouble with correspondences just because it was like, oh, I want to do, let's say, a healing spell work, and it says it calls for Thursday, and then I'm all the way in Saturday, so I have to wait till next fucking Thursday. I'm sorry for the crazy to do the spell work. So it's like, oh, what do I do? Wait till Thursday? Right. But now knowing as much as I do and thinking more creatively, maybe you could work with Thor, and Thor's day is known as Thursday. So maybe you can invoke the energy of Thor and help him for some spell work that was meant to be worked on a Thursday. Or maybe you have an essential oil or some moon water that you blessed on a Thursday full moon night of some kind. So things like that, it's like you can charge maybe different waters for different days of the week. So whenever you need that energy, or even a crystal, or a different herb, you can tap into that energy without being on that day or what the spell calls for.
Right.
Yeah. And I have to say too, intuition comes into it a lot. When I'm doing stuff now, if it's a specific spell for something specific, like I would look up probably herbs and stuff for cervical cancer specifically. And someone Walking My Path said a good thing too, that it's a good idea to distinguish between banishing the cancer, so lessening the cancer, and healing the body, because there are definitely two different energies there for sure. That's a really good point.
Definitely would be two different workings in that case.
Yeah, exactly. And I am a big one for intuition. Like I will start grabbing herbs off my shelf that I'm like, oh, you know what? This one calls out and says this is going to be really good for this.
And it's funny how intuition works, because sometimes, like, when you're especially a beginner, you don't understand intuition to the point that you're like, oh, this came up to my mind, and you don't really pay attention as to why. But, you know, once you work with intuition a certain amount of time, that you already know, oh, this is definitely my intuition telling me this. Like, you'll feel some random idea pop into your head, or hey, do this, or some creative idea that comes into your head. And that's your intuition right there, telling you, hey, you know, try this, or try about it this other way, you know?
Hell yeah.
Intention, that's also another powerful key ingredient that you can use. Because as we all know, a lot of the times people are like, oh, they see this awesome spell that requires like 50 ingredients. Oh, you need like 12 candles. You need the blood of a baby.
Oh no, I don't
The blood
have
of a baby. The blood of a baby.
Intention is the strongest ingredient that you can use. You don't need a million things. You don't even need 3. As long as you have the power of intention, that spell will work.
Yep, you can use tap water. You can use a rock that you find for, you know, outside your driveway for grounding. Don't need anything in particular. My intention always tells me when I'm doing banishing, which is what I would start with for the cancer thing, I use a black candle. And then if I'm doing healing work, mine usually comes from Mama Gaia. So I use green usually, but white is good too. If you just have white, that's good. And because Sound was just here, I have a ton of black candles, but I probably won't in, you know, another 2 months. I'll use them all again, and then I'll have to use, you know, whatever else I have.
Yeah, but also another good thing that I just remembered with candles is if you don't have like all those million different colored candles that you need for specific spells, you can also stick with a white candle, because white is pretty much universal. It can be used for anything. And also in hoodoo, that was very interesting that I learned recently from the hoodoo classes I was taking, is in hoodoo, red is also a universal color because it represents blood, it represents passion, it represents fire, energy.
And actually, if you guys didn't know, for banishment, actually, in more African-based witchcraft or magic, like in hoodoo or voodoo or even Santeria, the reversal candles that they prepare usually are black and red.
Mm-hmm.
And I had found these on Goodwill a while back. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Which is good for banishing. I'll actually I'll prepare a spell work for this week for Dana to send her some of that banishing energy with one of these.
Oh, I wish you guys had smell-o-vision.
Right.
So I just started up my cauldron. I just put a piece of charcoal in it because then I figured I'd start throwing herbs on it, which I did. Oh, it smells so good. So I put clove in there, vervain, and sage to start out with for banishing type stuff.
Yeah, for a lot of healing work, I also like to burn sage because it's good for clearing negative energy.
Hell yeah.
So a while ago in Goodwill, I had found these tea lights with these white crosses on them, and they're red.
Oh, that's good for healing. That's almost like, you know, what do you call it?
Yeah, so it reminds me of like the Red Cross or yeah. So I've been saving them, and I got this for 99 cents, and I know I've been wanting to use them for something. I just didn't know what. So this will definitely I'll use one of these for a spell work for Dana.
Yay. So like I said, Monday, she finds out Monday her schedule, and then we'll kind of go through. I figured we'd post a schedule and everybody can just sign up for a time that they know they'll be able to send energy.
Ooh. Or maybe we can even do this again, get together us 3 again, or anyone else that wants to join, and we do like a live healing session for her, and anyone that joins in the live, they can actually and those of you that are watching on chat, we can all send that energy and build it up and send it to her also.
Absolutely. So girls just quickly asked, how do reversal candles work? Hold on, how do I There we go. So reversal candles are pretty much, it's one candle that has two different colors, one on one side, one on the other. And generally, I think sometimes I've seen them where there's a wick on both sides, and then I've seen them where there's a wick only on one side. But generally, how the one with the one wick works is it'll burn the one color and then reverse and then burn the second one.
Because usually I don't remember exactly how it is, but I think it's flipped to where the top of the candle is black, the bottom of the candle is red. So the black does the banishing. And once it hits that red is what returns it to the sender.
Mm-hmm.
So while the black is burning, you are diminishing that negative energy away from you. And once the wick hits the red, then it's when it's sending it back to whoever has sent that energy towards you. Hi, Shauna.
Okay, I'm just going to scroll up here and see, because I think someone else said something.
You know what's funny, though? I had a really cool thought. You know how I had been getting into like making my own little candles out of like already made candles and stuff like that. So you know how I use the wax melts? Mm-hmm. I was thinking, what if you grab an already made white candle, right? You anoint it, you prep it with herbs and your intent, and then you can dip it into red wax, melted red wax. So once you pull it out, the whole candle on the outside would be red, but the inside would be white.
Mm-hmm.
And when you burn it, it'll drip the white wax. So it's kind of like that white and purity and cleanse is coming from the inside out. Almost like cleaning you from within.
Right.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I saw, what did I see? Somebody asked me about emotional something or other.
Oh, and then Alice Perch also just asked, this is random, but can you incorporate a cervix plushie?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Or like a, oh, that's a great idea. Hold on, I got a great idea.
While Jen's quickly running away for a second, I tried to scroll up and it only allows me to go so far. So kind of repeat your questions. I don't really know who asked the next question or who had another question. So just post them throughout the chat.
Oh, that's perfect. Ooh. That is perfect.
So this is a little vase that I bought that looks like a cervix. And so I'll use that.
Guys, and you can also be creative. Also remember that a cauldron, no matter how big or small, also represents the womb of the goddess. So anything that has to do with the womb or that area of the women's body can be represented by a cauldron as well. And
this is technically, I think they call it a double bud vase or something. It's supposed to have like 2 spots for buds in it or something, but I was like, oh, that's a cervix, so I'm buying that because
definitely
looks like a cervix, and that's why. So the other question was, somebody was really emotional and taking things too seriously today. Oh, thank you.
Super, yeah.
Well, Crystal, and yes, I don't know who said it before me, but I was going to find my lepidolite, and I have such a gorgeous piece, and of course, I don't want to leave the area too much, but
I have a really from Tarostock made out of that.
What's that?
I have a Scully from Tarostock made out of that, I think. And you said it was like lepidolite with like pink tourmaline or something.
Yep. Lepidolite is a great crystal for that, for a couple of reasons. One is, at least for me, because I'm ADD, it helps me to focus in on what I'm trying to focus in on. And it just, for me, now, rose quartz is a really good crystal for most people for that. Rose quartz doesn't do anything for me. So I'm always like, I kind of forget about rose quartz. But
you know me neither. I only own 1 tumble piece of rose quartz.
The only time I use rose quartz is when I'm doing like love rituals, really, honestly. Because it reminds me of a rose.
Right. But yes, lepidolite. Because that's, I don't know. To me, that's like my go-to stone for almost everything. I love that stone.
It literally is like me, like getting used to the Scully that I have that's made with lepidolite and contains pink tourmaline. I see it almost as a scrubber. like one of those pan scrubbers, one of those Brillo pads. That's the way I could think, in my mind, the way it works, as it's like scrubbing that energy and taking it out and removing it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So Shauna just asked, how can I turn my money altar into an abundance altar? Just keep it flowing. I kind of feel stupid for this, but what's the difference between money and abundance? I always thought they were the same thing.
Well, you can be abundant in different aspects of your life. You could be abundant not only in money, but you could be abundant in a health relating way. You could be abundant. You can have abundance in relationships and friends. Right. So, but usually they are interconnected, money and abundance. Now, right. To me, it all depends on the purpose of the abundance altar, Shauna. If abundance can include different things, including money as well, a money altar would just be for money. But again, it all depends on you and what exactly you consider abundance to be.
Right.
Yeah. And Deb, yeah, you're right. That was a good answer to the lodestone. I have a lodestone and I never remember to use it. I have it.
Neither do I. I
never remember to do that.
Someone sent me one yesterday. Like someone had sent me a little gift box, and she sent me a lodestone. It says lodestone and sand.
Let me turn it around. Where is it? On this side. Don't look at the elephant's butt. Okay. So this is my prosperity altar that I keep by my door. And so I have a red candle in the gold here, and then I have a silver candle for a different kind of abundance. And then I have like little and cat hair. I have lots of cat hair on it right now. I have little gold coins like from the dollar store. And then I always get these, from like where do I get these?
The Asian markets.
Yes.
The Asian markets sell them by packs.
It's and I burn them at the new moon. So you burn these at the new moon. Ooh, look at all the cat hair. And then this is my little sachet that I burn at the new moon in my cauldron. I do a lot of stuff at the new moon. I do my black salt stuff at the new moon too. But so this is my little sachet for prosperity and abundance, depending on what I want to do more of. I have my little coin there.
The Asian, Chinese, and Japanese use jade a lot.
A lot.
Jade plays a big part in their prosperity magic.
And I keep a key in there because I need it to open up the things that I need.
Road opening.
Has cedar in there. And I dropped something called green. What's that?
Adding crossroads dirt.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It helps to open.
Yep. Rutilated quartz. I have a couple little rutilated quartz chips and a couple green moonstone chips. And then I burn it all with cedar and what's the other herb I have?
I have a phoenix with a rutilated quartz little pendant on it.
There you go. I burn it at the new moon. So then I start another one every new moon. So that way I know the energy keeps going. And it kind of,
So you prep the bag like a mojo bag, and then you burn the bag with everything inside of it, and you just make a new one?
No, I dump the bag because it's too pretty. I don't burn it.
Okay.
Okay. That'd be such a waste to burn the bag.
Right, to burn the bag every time. No, I dump the bag out and I in the cauldron and I burn it.
Now you do this once a year, or how often? As often as you feel?
Every new moon I do it because I want to renew that energy every time. Otherwise, it's just kind of sitting there and I feel like it's not boosted,
I just thought of another brilliant idea because you were talking about burning a bag. Another thing you can do is take a paper bag, write your intention on it, put everything inside it, and then burn the entire bag with it.
And even something more simple, like let's say you guys are not really have a lot of materials and you have like $5 in your pocket. Go to your closest Dollar Tree. In the toy section, we sell paper money. I work for Dollar Tree.
I know. That's why I got this
paper money. Write your intentions in that paper bill, whether it's a 500 paper bill or whatever, and just burn it. burn it. That is a simple set of intention. Really quickly in a piece of paper, you write your intention down, and that's enough just to put that intent out there.
And prosperity checks. Do you guys do prosperity checks at the new moon?
I don't.
I try to remember. I don't always. If I don't remember, then I wait till the next new moon. But you can write yourself a check. Although it's funny, not a lot of people have checks anymore, huh? I still do. But so we get a check, and we write ourselves a check for what the amount that we need over above what we normally do. Now, you have to be real too. You can't write yourself a check for $1 million and expect that that's really going to happen.
Right.
But I have written, like, before Christmas and stuff, I've written checks for like $800 and been like, I really need to figure out how to make $800. And then I do a whole bunch of readings, or I sell an altar kit or something, you know, like it just happens. And don't forget, don't just, you have to do the mundane things as well as the spell stuff. So like if you're doing a spell for prosperity, then you have to, what are you doing to help that out? Are you trying to sell stuff? Are you putting together stuff to sell? Are you, you know, practicing your readings and getting out and trying to do readings? What are you doing to help that out? You can't just sit on your couch and be like, okay, I want more money.
And wait for that money to just fall out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Hold on, I had something in my brain and I could. Okay. So different forms of money to burn. So obviously, like sometimes I'll burn like actual notes, but it'll be like $1 or like the dollar bills. Sometimes I'll go as high as like the 20, but never past that because, you know, I kind of like to keep the money that I make. But also other forms of currency.
Never burn real money.
Right.
But then you're saying you don't really need it. Well, to me, again, if it works for you, awesome. To me, I'm like, oh, hell no, I need that money.
Right, you need that dollar. At least when you're thrifting, you go down to that last quarter in your bag. You're digging for your pennies and dimes.
Right? Wait, I think I have another quarter in my car. I'll be right back.
Right. But no, some other forms of money that you can burn is the Chinese hell notes, because those are what I use. And then you can also use the Monopoly money.
That's what I'm saying. The paper money from like the Monopoly game.
Yep.
Oh my God. And in a Goodwill, you will always find at least 1 or 2 Monopoly games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
That's true.
And in the
those little things for the Monopoly board, they're good for prosperity spells too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the little guy with the money cash and the little car, and you can use them for spells.
That would make the ultimate like prosperity spell an entire game of
Monopoly.
Right?
You just set it up to attract that energy. That's fun.
Right.
That's cool.
Yay.
Cool. Did anyone else in the chat have another question?
I know the chat's going by so fast, and then I forget what question I was going to answer next, and it's gone.
Amethyst Ascension said, I grow a money tree in my prosperity corner of my house.
Woohoo! Nice. I wish I could do that. My cats kill any plant I try to bring inside.
Someone else mentioned something earlier about cats. I think they had mentioned, how do you keep cats away from your burning candles on the altar or something?
They naturally just kind of veer away from the candles. My 2 cats, because I obviously have 2. I have Thor, a black cat, Loki. Oh no, Loki, the black cat, Thor. Where is Thor? He's usually lurking. That's weird. But lately, Thor is such a bratty cat. Like, whenever he's hungry, he will try and get my attention by jumping up on my altar. And it's just something you can't avoid. Honestly,
I have...
now is I just kind of ignore it, hoping that eventually he'll get the note that, like, okay, you can jump up there, but I'm not giving you any attention for that.
I know Momma Squirrel has suffered a lot of losses when it comes to tools and dearly things due to cats. Oh my God.
My little evil, it's not even mine. My little evil foster kitty.
She has issues. When I say Luna has issues, she has issues. Like, I've been on the phone with Momma Squirrel, and she'll literally like come out of nowhere, literally knock the phone off her hand, like, it's me time.
Hello, it's me. Yeah, she's a pain in the butt. But with my candles, I keep the candles that I have to burn all the time. I'll be honest with you. Two things. If I'm not going to be home, I do not burn that candle at home. The only exception is I have a couple times with really important spells. I have put them in my bedroom. I have a real high shelf in my bedroom, and then I shut the door. But now they know how to open the door, so I can't do that anymore either. But high shelves are good, just to make sure they're not too close to the ceiling, so they don't catch the ceiling on fire. Right. But I like high shelves that they can't get to. And depending on what happens, I always have, if you put it in, sometimes like if you have you guys know what I mean, like the 7 days candles in the glass jars.
In the glass jar.
Yep, you can put it in a bowl of water so that if anything happens, it's going to fall over in the bowl of water.
Those really are the safest candles to burn. The glass jar candles. And guys, you can find those at the Dollar Tree. And it's funny because they come with like this plastic seal around them that you can literally rip the plastic seal. The ones that come in a white jar have this ugly label pasted to it. But then the ones that come with Jesus on it, the guardian angel, and the Virgin Mary, is just like a clear paper. So if you unwrap the paper off of it, it's a clear, clean white candle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the time when I'm like burning my altar, not burning my altars, when I'm
burning it down.
I'm burning up my altars, you guys. They're up in flames right now. What I use a lot of the time are like little votive candles from Walmart that I like to burn, just because I have a fear of like the regular candles just tipping over.
I get
but
mine.
You have like the standard taper ones. You can always put it inside like the glass. What's the cook thingy? The glass. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Crock pot?
No, it's made of glass. It's kind of like rectangular. That big glass one.
Or like one of those baking trays.
Yes, the
baking trays. Yeah.
You can make like well, actually, no.
Can you tell I don't cook?
Or even on for a long time, I used to use the little baby plates that you go with a teacup, and you can just what you do is you hit the lighter in the bottom of the candle, and you press the candle a little bit hard enough onto the actual little plate, and it'll stick. It'll stand right up, and you just light it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and a Pyrex. That's what it is. You can put them in Pyrex stuff too. And Denise said stand them in the tub.
That's a good idea.
Oh my God, Amethyst Ascension. My cat burned his ass the other day on my moon altar. LOL. I haven't seen him on it since.
See, they'll learn eventually, but they might burn your house down in the meantime. So I make sure if I'm not home or nobody's going to be home, like I have kept a candle going before and said to Peter, hey, I have a candle going in there. So if you're going to leave the room, like either make sure the door is locked and shut or just blow it out until I get home.
Even in what I usually like, I've done it too, even with a glass jar candle before. Like if I'm going to be away, let's say like if I left on my trip to Virginia on my birthday, I left the candle burning and it was in a glass jar just for us to have a safe flight and everything. And what I did is inside its own glass jar, it comes in a glass jar. I put that inside my cauldron and I lit the candle and left it lit there. So it's within a cauldron itself too. So you'll be amazed what one bowl or one offering plate, the multi-uses you can have for just one item.
Right.
And that's really where your witchiness comes in.
Stability as well.
And I do that when I'm thrifty. I look at things like, how can I use this in more than one way? Especially now when I have so much damn crap.
I know. Do you need another cauldron, Hecsen? Because guess what I got from my mother today? Another cauldron. But I'm going to be selling stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow or not because I forgot that I have to work tomorrow. After this hell week already, I have to work tomorrow too, but only in the morning. So, but I might do one of the auctions this weekend.
What do you do with the jars after? Tar apple. I've seen people reuse those glass jars from those candles. After the candle burns down, you can even add candles inside and just keep burning candles in there. I've seen people use it to burn incense sticks. And, you know, if you have a saint candle, if you work with saints and you like the image.
I'm in here. I know you don't want to come in. Wonder if I can get this turned around. This is the one that nobody ever gets to see. Well, I don't know if you can see her. Can you see her?
She's so pretty.
Oh, I know.
She's in the corner.
She reminds me of Midnight from the movie Catwoman.
Right?
Oh,
the main one, right?
yeah, the main one, the one that gave her powers. It's an Egyptian Mao.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know. You're like freaking.
So Alex Perch had a question about how to do a spell for career discernment.
Like to hone in on what you want to do. Is that what you mean by discernment?
I actually have no idea what discernment means.
Wait, I don't know if I understood that right. Are you trying to like find like your set career? Is that what you mean? Like you're trying to figure out what it is you want to do and you want to open your mind to the possibilities? Is that what you're referring to?
Okay, so discernment means the ability to judge well. So career discernment.
How to pick a career that that you would be successful in.
Alice Perch said yes.
Okay.
I would definitely start with like a road opening. Like, well, this is if I was going to do like an elaborate a few days type spell or a week ahead type spell where you start preparing day by day or something like that for something big, because sometimes workings take more than one, depending on how big. I would definitely start with a road opening spell or kind of like an opening of clearing your mind, so that once you receive this idea of what it is you're going to decide on doing, it comes clearly to you and you don't have any cloudiness going around or any self-doubt or anything like that. So I would definitely start with almost like a road opening and clearing of ideas so you can have your head cleared and then start from there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Absolutely. I would make a mojo bag to carry around too. I have two suggestions for the main ingredient in there. One is tonka beans. I don't know if
yep. Tonka beans are really good.
I can never figure out the camera.
Those the brown ones that have like one light dot on it or something?
No, these ones, they kind of look like
big
raisins, kind of, yeah.
What are the other ones that look like an eye? They're like dark brown and then they have a white or like a light beige dot on it and they look like an eye.
Oh,
but it's a bean.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about. Damn, what's the word?
Something nut, eye nut, something.
No, it's damn it, Buckeye?
Buckeye nut?
Yeah. It's the Buckeye.
Buckeye nut, yeah, that's
it. It's like brown and has like a weird little light.
Oh, like a spot, yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, God, I can't get used to this, is mojo wish beans.
Oh, wish beans. Yep.
You use 3 of them at a time. And if you put 3 of them in your mojo bag at a time and set the intention for what you want. So you're setting the intention to figure out exactly what your focus for your career is. And then put in other stuff for like focus. So you're talking like lepidolite. Again, that's a really good stone for focus. You can put in, what am I thinking? Juniper berries. I would put in juniper berries. I got to look. I'm terrible with stuff.
Jen, I'm intrigued by why you said 3 beans. Is that kind of like a 3 wishes type thing? Or intentions?
It's funny. It's what's hilarious is I always say if it works for you, right? Well, the person that I learned about mojo wish beans from was he was a strict gardenerian. And so when he taught me about mojo wish beans, he taught me that you use 3 at a time. So it's funny that I don't really know, but I just know 3 at a time. You got to use 3 at a time because that's where I learned it from. All right, I'll try not to get into this big story, but my husband always tells this story that I always love, which is that this woman is cooking a ham and she cuts the ham in half and puts it in her big pot and everything. And she's cooking the ham and her daughter says, why do you cut the ham in half? Why? She goes, I don't know. My mother taught me that's how we do it. I don't know. We'll have to ask her. So they call her up. Hey, Grandma, how come we cut the thing in half? And she goes, well, because I didn't have a pot big enough to do the ham. So, the moral of the story is sometimes there is no reason. It's just kind of that's what you learn. Yeah, you're like, oh, 3. You have to have 3.
So, was it Owl's Perch asked, would arrows work? Definitely, because you can use it to represent the direction you're going.
And focus right in on that. That's a good idea.
What is Cupid's major tool to make people fall in or out of love?
That's arrow.
That arrow sends that energy right to where you want it.
And Luna asked, would coffee beans work for focus? And I absolutely thought yes, because when you think about it, a lot of people drink coffee in the morning to wake up and get that mindset ready for the day.
That's right. Absolutely. My oldest son, he always has those green coffee pills and like gives them to me all the time. And I'm always like, what am I taking these? Why? Because, he's my son. And I'm like, okay, I'll pop some more of that.
Silver Willow, I found the organic juniper berries at TJ Maxx today. Yes, TJ Maxx and Marshalls has really cool stuff. If you look into like their spices and cooking section, I found some really cool stuff there before.
Yeah, me too.
Really, really cool. And actually, in their fragrance, when you go into the fragrance section, especially like the women's body lotions and stuff like that, you can find the different packs of like different essential oils, and most of the time they are organic and they have like different scents and things like that.
Epsom salt is really good, and that's at the Dollar Tree. This is from the Dollar Tree, and we
have different ones. We have unscented.
Lavender, yep.
Is that Epsom salt that you just held up? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here I was a couple weeks ago. I literally purchased like a 1 pound bag on Amazon. I didn't realize all I had to do was go over to the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, $1.
Dollar Tree, where the pills and all the healthy stuff is.
Oh, I did not know that. I gotta go check out this one. Right.
Yeah, I get extra bags at wintertime because, especially Yule time, because then you start making. This makes awesome snow when you're making ornaments and you want to put snow in ornaments. It looks really good for snow. I use it all the time.
You can even use that as a base for ritual bath salts. You can use that as a base for I've actually used that.
Like you're making powders too. You can crush up some salt.
And even your ritual salt that you would add a pinch of to your ritual water to bless your space and stuff like that. You can make a big batch of that using Epsom salts. What I have done is I bought the unscented Epsom salt. I also added kosher salt into a mortar and pestle. I added my dried herbs. I kind of like mushed them a little bit into the salt, and then I added a few drops of whichever essential oil would correspond to the energy I want the purpose of the salts for. Just a few drops to add that scent and kind of moisten them up a little bit, and then just give them a good mix, and you could put them in a container, and you can use the salts for anything.
Hell
but
yeah.
except cooking, it's
sorry. Keep going.
I squirreled.
Sorry about that. So Kelsey Marie asked, any help for spell work in combating anxiety, depression, and apathetic feelings?
That's always a tough one. It is something I'll tell you. I have 2 boys who are have severe anxiety. Like I had to take them out of school because they had severe anxiety. I hate to say this. Wait, how old are you, Kelsey? Are you of age, Kelsey? Both of those boys smoke weed every day. That's the first thing.
That helps.
And it does really help.
Because Dave did suffer from depression before I met him.
Not that I'm saying that you should do that, but that does help. The other thing is there is kind of don't know how to say this. I don't want to say it's not psychosomatic. That's not what I mean. But there is something to be said for carrying around like a little anxiety kit. And it can have stuff like lepidolite, sunstone, lavender, lemongrass,
Kendra, hop on the bus.
Hold, stuff for you to, like it depends on what kind of anxiety and depression you have. I have actual blankets that have like satin stuff on it, because if my sense of touch, if I run my fingers across satin, that helps my anxiety. So there's like, you kind of take every sense and you just make yourself up a little like anxiety kit, and then you bring it with you all over. And
I like that idea.
When you have that issue, then you can like smell something, do an essential oil. You have your stone in your pocket, so you can see something, and
that will be something. I want to add to that, Momma Squirrel. It could be something so simple. I've actually seen on Pinterest before people make these cute little travel altar kits things out of Altoid cans, and you can decorate it on the outside, on the inside, and you can have a few little shells or different little figurines or whatever it is that inspires you and sparks that happiness or cheerful energy that you need, to get yourself up. And depression is something really hard to deal with, because
and you're right, because she said my daughter suffers from depression and we'd made it worse. And I absolutely am not saying that makes it better for everyone, for sure. Like I said, if it works for you, it works. Some people that kind of stuff works for it. Some people it just doesn't. So it's kind of trial and error with that stuff.
Especially trial and error when you're trying to get someone else out of depression, and maybe we don't understand where their depression is coming from or what causes their true depression and things like that. So like, I've dealt with people that suffer from depression, and I myself have suffered from depression. Now I've had depression up and down in different ages of my life, but the hardest thing that I can say that is really the remedy to it is looking within, and whatever it is that these things are causing this depression. It's very much like shadow work. You have to treat it like shadow work, in the way of like, you have to look inside yourself. Whatever it is, you need to forgive yourself, or maybe it's even harder to forgive someone else. But the quicker you do that, the easier it's going to be, because it's like you lift one more burden off of you.
And understand too that sometimes you try stuff and it doesn't help, and sometimes you have to go see the doctor. It just is that way sometimes. Yeah. There's people, I have been on depression meds in my life before. I actually am still on one. I always forget it's for depression, because it's supposed to be to help with my ADD, but I take it at night. But so sometimes you just need your brain chemistry is a little off, and sometimes that can help your brain chemistry to switch around, and that helps too. You just have to just know that you're not alone. Make sure that you're reaching out.
That's a bad thing as suffering depression. You really think, as someone going through depression, that you are alone in this, and there's millions of people that are feeling all of these emotions inside of themselves, and they're in the same position you are. So you must know that you are really never truly alone when it comes to being in depression. You might feel alone, like you might not have no one to talk to, but you really are not alone. Try to find exercises to release these tensions, whether it's art or something that you love to do. Maybe you like going for hikes. Go for hikes if it's not snowing where you're at, and you can go for hikes.
I know. I see Silver Willow said, I get some sun, turn off the TV and do crafts. Oh, I wish. The sun is gone for us now. It won't be back until like May.
And sometimes you have to cheer yourself, kind of like treat yourself in a self-loving kind of way. Like, you could do a self-love ritual, or you could prepare yourself a really nice bath with some oils and salts, and you could just soak in your bath, and you just relax and chill, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want a good, really good. This is so silly. Something about doing good things with my feet. It's so weird. But get bright blue mouthwash at the Dollar Tree, and vinegar. I know it sounds goofy, but white vinegar, bright blue mouthwash. Put it together in a tub, a little tub thing, and soak your feet in it. And your feet are the softest they've ever been.
Hey, Patty Pat, can you post Shauna's link to the group? Just because I remember that Shauna does a lot of self-healing and a lot of meditation stuff on her channel as well.
That's awesome.
But yeah, as a lot of people were saying in the chat that I was looking up, like, yeah, definitely having a hobby is good. Whether it's like doing arts and crafts, working on a book of shadows, going for a hike, being in nature. A lot of that is good, I think, because it kind of keeps your mind busy and it kind of distracts.
And it's also like tapping into your childlike nature, because no matter how old we are, we always have that childlike nature, of that childlike thing about us that we enjoy, or the things that really, you know, like when you're a kid, I used to love arts and crafts and things like that, you know, and I'm still very crafty. Sometimes I don't have enough time because of work and everything to do all the things I want to do. But, you know, and sometimes it's okay to be in a funk. Sometimes I feel funk sometimes. And I tell Momma Squirrel, I'm going through it, and Lucy, and I'm fucking going through it. I'm in this funk and I feel stuck. It's okay to feel stuck sometimes. Yeah.
I'm going to go grab a drink and pee. I'll be right back.
No problem. Yeah, like the other day, I was talking to Dave, and sometimes it's about just kind of letting go of those things momentarily that are like weighing you down and making you super stressed. Because, for example, the other day, Dave was stressed out about his channel, and he's like, it's funny because all the time he goes, oh, I don't care about like the number of subs that I have. And then 5 seconds later, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to take my channel down at the end of the year. I'm like, Dave, relax. Like, it's not about the subs. You're like thinking way into it. Like, you just need to relax, like let it go. I keep just reminding him that the reason why he started his channel is because it's about educating, it's about teaching and inspiring. It's like, just let that go, Dave. But no, a lot of the times I get stuck in my head sometimes, and it's just, I need those moments where I need to step outside if I need to, just to reconnect with energy, remind myself that there's a bigger world outside of my own little head that I get caught up in. At Conjurer's Table, Depression Mojo bag.
I was looking at that. That's an awesome recipe. I'm gonna
post this up here. So it says, add rosemary and angelic root for women. Pine cone for men.
And clary sage oil.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Divination. I love that channel name. That's so cool.
That's really cool. I love that too.
Yeah, I was also just quickly looking it up. Also, other things that help with anxiety, some herbs are chamomile, lavender, lemon balm, passion flower,
soothing. So think, you know, when you soothe, what are like the basic soothing that you see for medications and teas and creams and stuff? Aromatherapy, very simple. Lavender, chamomile, they're basic, and they're usually easy to find herbs that you can find at local herb shops and stuff like that. And for me, when I first started, I used to go crazy. I was like, where the hell am I going to find a mandrake root? Or what the hell? You know, like being 14 years old, not having a job, no budget, no nothing. And then it's like, I'm like, where the hell am I going to find mandrake root? And what the, you know, so you get stuck, especially when you're a beginner, because you feel like you have to do things right and stuff like that. And then eventually you figure out that what works for you is what's going to work best. So for me, my essential herbs for like everything, like every spell and everything I was casting was literally lavender and rosemary. To me, those two are so easy that you can find in the supermarket. Even sage, thyme is a really good one too.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I think you go through like periods where you like stuff too. Like I'm in a big patchouli and bergamot like phase. Like for the last, I don't know, 6 months, I've been, bergamot. I got to put bergamot in everything because I'm like, that'll work. I like that.
I love the smell of bergamot. Oh,
me too.
Oh, I love that. I love citrusy scents. Dave hates them. But What were you saying? Oh yes, utilizing your. Sorry, I'm like choking myself here. I don't want to cloud my hair.
You're giving me very very pirate look.
Ouch. Oh, no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Vitamin D.
A lot of the time, people forget that you can use the herbs that you use for cooking in your spell.
Of course.
Like a lot of the time, I think the number 2 herbs that I use most of the time and that are pretty much universal are rosemary, lavender, sage,
Basil. Basil.
Basil sauce.
Peter's the only one that cooks in the house, and he'll be like, Jen, did you steal my basil again?
If you're a teenager and if you live with your grandma or parents, and there's, especially in an Italian kitchen, you know, there's some tomato sauce somewhere and some basil somewhere. Basil will be your best friend, even if all you use is basil. Bay leaves are good for wishes. You can write your wishes on bay leaves and burn them. That's a really good, simple spell. You could burn a bay leaf for health. You could burn a bay leaf for love, for something you want to let go of, if you want to let go of. So you could even use it. Bay leaves are also good, I believe, for like banishing, and especially banishing like evil spirits and stuff. I think people used to use them in incense, old incense recipes and stuff like that as well. So it has a lot of properties.
Exactly. If you have an enemy that you want to get rid of, write a bitch's name up on that bay leaf and burn it. Burn the witch.
Burn the witch.
So that reminded me, this is such an old spell. Hold on, I got to put my glasses on. This is such an old spell. When my kids were little, I can't believe I still have this. I just found it the other day, though. When my kids are little, we made these all the time, and I kind of forgot about them because, you know, the kids are teenagers, and they're yucky teenagers, and they don't really care about anything anymore. So these are called spell stars.
Ooh.
And they are like gingerbread, kind of. So you make gingerbread and you put them into, you know, you have the cookie dough cutters there and you put them into spells. And then I'll try to post this. It's been so long since I did this. It was a long time ago. The paper is yellowing. That's how long ago it was. So it says spell stars, a lesson in elemental magic. Elemental magic is an easy, and sometimes this is like when I first started, and sometimes fast way of doing spell work. Decide which element you want to work with: fire, air, water, or earth. Fire and air are the fastest, with water and earth being slower, but all are an excellent way of casting. For working with the fire element, after infusing the star with your intentions. So you sit here with your star and you're like, okay, this is what this star means. You infuse it with your energy. Toss the star into a fire. Done. For working with air, after infusing the star with your intentions, place the star on a charcoal block, and as it wafts into the air, it's releasing and going into the air. For working with water element, after infusing the star with your intentions, toss the star into a running stream or lake or ocean, because it's all natural. You're not doing anything bad with it. For working with the earth, after infusing your star with your intentions, bury the star into the earth or even into a potted plant.
Yes!
Water the area, the star is breaking down and becoming.
I'm sorry, Denise just goes. She goes, write someone's name on a piece of toilet paper and flush it. Get rid of them. Yeah!
Get rid of that shit. To use the spell stars, first take a star, hold it in your hand, infuse it with your thoughts, wishes, what you're wanting to happen. Hold it until you're comfortable with your thoughts, and release the star into whatever element you've chosen, saying thank you or blessed be.
Debbie also said cinnamon dough. Yeah, so depending on your purpose, that's perfect. You can add different herbs to your dough, you know, kind of like how people make bread and stuff like that. So you can add those herbs and stuff to the dough, and
you can still smell it. I'm telling you guys, these are over 10 years old. I know for a fact. I haven't used them in 10 years. And it's not like they don't go bad or anything. You almost burn them a little bit. You get them really crispy, and they still smell like gingerbread.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about the ability of taking dough and the little cookie cutters.
Or even the Crayola, there's a tub of Crayola that is not that expensive that you could get from Walmart, and the air drying clay. And it is actually, if you look at the packaging, it is natural clay. So it could be disposed and it is biodegradable. So it could be, you could dispose of it and it's not going to damage the environment or anything like that. So maybe if you don't want to bake the stars and stuff like that, you can make it out of clay too. You can, there's so many things you could do. I remember, I'm not going to mention, but I had gone through some altercation. I think it was the beginning of the year or something, and someone in the group was trying to harming me, and they were trying to attack me and stuff like that. And they went about trying to attack me and stuff in different kind of ways. So I did a protection, and in that working, I created a clay puppet with herbs inside of it and little chips of crystals, and I molded it into the clay and created this puppet, and it had herbs and everything. And then I did the working that I had to do and I disposed of it. Yes.
Sorry, is that from your end, Hecsen? The organization?
The who? Yeah, probably my dad watching TV.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
I just totally... I'll tell you after. I just totally realized I don't think I ever buried it because I was waiting for winter to be over.
Well, I didn't bury it.
I still have it.
I didn't bury it. I threw it in a little lake that was running through.
I still have it waiting to bury.
Did you make yours out of clay?
The glass jar one we did.
So Shauna says, I had a thought the other day with the different phases of the moon. What if you charged water for a certain phase and used it for your workings during that phase?
Wait, what happens if you just dig through the snow and just dig a hole and let it freeze there with the snow? Is that bad? You try to dispose of it if you dig like a deep enough hole?
I didn't want anybody to ever find it and open it.
Oh, then you'd have to dig all the way down to like...
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I wanted to dig far enough, so I was waiting for winter, and then I forgot about it. So it's still sitting over there, I think.
Oh.
So you're going to have to dispose of it a different way.
Yeah, next spring.
Or whatever's inside of it, you're going to have to release it in a body of running water, if you can do that.
I don't want to open it now. It's worked well. I'm just leaving it alone for now. Springtime.
If it is where it's at, you could just keep it in a dark corner closed in like a cabinet or something in a dark corner where it can stay there. Yeah.
Anyways, Momma Squirrel screw ups. Okay.
Did anyone else have any questions before we kind of wrap it up a bit?
Oh my God, we're leaving already?
We don't have to. We could stay a little longer.
I have a pajama party all night. Hi, Tange and Janice.
Let's see. Let me think. I'm gonna put my mindset in a beginner witch kind of thing. But let's do that with each other. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Let's see. Struggles. When a beginner witch struggles.
Here. So I have stuff around my herb stuff that, like, when I forget. One thing I was going to say, first of all, before I go on my little tangent, is like Lucy's really good at writing spells. Like he can write all the rhyming stuff, and he makes it sound so pretty and all that. And I'm just like, this is what I want, damn it. And I do my thing. Lucy writes all these gorgeous spells. But I do try to do like what element I'm working with. Hold on, let me see if I can get you to see this. Like that's what I did with my acorn. So I could do like make it work with the elements that I want it to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just gives me something to say because I'm not good at coming up with all those pretty words. But
that's beautiful. I call on earth to bind the spell, air to speed its travels well. Fire, give it spirit from above. Water to quench my spell with love. Yes.
Oh, that's
see then. So, like, if you don't remember stuff, like me, my brain just doesn't work that way. So then just write it and put it up on your wall or something. So when you're
also, guys. Okay, so I also want to, for those of you that are beginning. If you really observe symbols, everything is like this big giant wheel that's interconnected. look at a compass, and you start with the north, south, east, and west, and from there it's a wheel where the all of the Sabbats are in this wheel, in this circle of life, and then you have the zodiac wheel and all these correspondences and things like that. Tarot, for example, the suits represent the cups. That is the element of water, which is when you work with emotions and love magic and things like that. And then the wands, it's creativity, and it represents the fire and
energy.
So it's all these symbolisms, is occult symbolism that is around us. And if you look at it in a bigger range, everything has a correspondence, and it all falls into each other. Like,
I don't think either, though, that you have to remember everything. Because, I know when I first started, I thought, oh my God, how I couldn't even remember. North is what? Which one? Is it fire? Is it what? Which one is north?
And then you feel a certain type of way in the middle of ritual, cause
and you're like, wait, where am I? Is north this way? Which way? Don't worry about it. Either me, I have when I have my circle up, I put like the stones up so I know which way is where. And when I have my altar, my regular altar, I have these little gem things. Hold on, I'll show you that. That I point in the direction of that element so that I know where it is in the house. Because I think I bought these like at the Dollar Tree or something a long time ago. They're just little goofy big gems. So I have a green one that's for earth, and I have a blue one for water, red is for fire, and then I have that sparkly yellowish kind of one for air. And I just point them in the direction that's on my altar so I know which one is which. Yeah. You don't have to remember everything.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
Memorize everything.
My spellcraft now to when I started, I no longer like face north. Attention to all the guardians of the watchtowers of the north with the, I mean, it's cool and everything, yes, but my craft has become so simple that I face my altar, I state my intention, I call the guardians all together to come join me. I do name them guardians and spirits of the earth and the air. Sometimes depending on what type of magic I want to work with, then if it's more emotion and water, then I invoke Yemaya herself into the working because she's a spirit of water. Or even in a circle of protection, when I'm facing water, I will call upon her energy to be there as the tower to represent that element in my circle, because it's a spirit that I work with that has to do with water. But that represents something like how personal your own magic can become as well. When you know what works for you, works for you.
That's right. And then you stop listening to people who say you're wrong. Because you're like, yeah, you're stupid.
And then, anyway. I'm not bashing any traditional covens and things like that. They're set in their ways, and things like that. But like, for example, the traditional circle is a 9 feet diameter circle. I mean, I'm sorry. In my room, I do not have 9 feet across to completely circle the entire house, basically, with 9 feet in diameter in a circle.
Right.
You can even just take like a little tiny side table and just place each of the elements like in the direction that they're at.
Nope.
Which is basically what I do, because that's all we have in this house are tiny little like end tables, but they're perfect for little altars that are everywhere in the house. So Carmen had a quick question. What's good for someone who is being bullied?
A kid, right? 11, I think.
Bruh.
They said 11. Yeah. Sorry for the background noise. So for me, and again, if it works for you, it works. For me, instead of binding the kid that's bullying, I would protect the kid that's getting bullied. And because 11 is kind of young. I don't know. You can do a binding, but I would just do like a protection spell specifically maybe from him on the kid that's getting bullied.
You can do both also. You can, but first I would work with protection of the child being bullied. and then do. It's kind of like working with the reversal return to sender type thing. You could treat it as that, where first you're protecting the child that's being bullied, and then you're pushing that back to the one doing the bullying.
Oh yeah, Caroline just said a protection spell would be good to put a protection on your own child.
Yeah.
And of course, like, you don't want to harm the other kid doing the bullying and stuff like that. You know, you don't want to send harm to them. Do not think that by doing a return to sender, you're particularly sending harm towards that person. You're just trying to have them
just giving back what they give.
Oh,
so treat it like as an I bind you, Nancy, from doing harm.
Hecsen's favorite spell.
Yeah.
Make a puppet of your child, cover it with aluminum foil to reflect, with the reflective side out. So it's like you're deflecting all them haters.
That's awesome.
That's a good idea.
Oh, also another thing is to give your child a protection amulet.
Just be careful. You guys all know my story. Joey, we gave him a little, just a little teeny bottle. Where the hell are my little teeny bottles? Just a little teeny bottles, and I put lemongrass and lavender in it. And I got called to the school for a parent-teacher conference because the kids, I don't know, some of the kids thought it was weed or something. And then we ended up with this big, huge fight with the school because I, of course, flipped out and told them it was, religious freedom, and that they didn't want to let him carry it around because they said it was medicine.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I'm burning my sage.
Oh, mixed with ganja?
No, it's sage. You'll know when I'm smoking.
It smells like ganja.
Well, maybe I'll light up. So we had, just be careful. It depends on the school system that you're in. We had
just make sure you do not you should never allow child abuse going on in a school. And no matter if your child is normal or what other people think normal or special or not special, kids have their right in this country no matter what. And if the child is being abused in school, first thing and foremost, you as a parent should go to the school and see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, for sure. When my kids were in school, I just tended to be that mama bear kind of person, and Peter would have to go to keep me calm, and I would go like ready to fight everyone, and I was not very quiet.
So hold on, I'm just gonna pull this up because I had to take a picture of it. Deborah had a question. She asked, if you were going to take your spirituality or spell work to the next level, what would that mean for you? What would be your focus?
What the hell?
What was that?
Wait, can you see me?
Jen? Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Wait, why is my screen black?
I don't know. I'm not at your screen.
Okay, there.
Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Are you back?
No, wait. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I don't see you. Wait. What the hell? What happened to my shit? Okay, let me not freak out.
Just get out and then re-click on the link again.
Yeah, but my screen is black. I can't do nothing. My whole screen on my laptop is black.
Ooh,
okay, I'm going to turn off my laptop and I'll be right back on, okay?
Mercury retrograde! Come on!
Retrograde! So I guess that's two for now. When he gets back. So, wait, what was the question again? If you were going to take your spirituality or spell work to the next level, what would that mean for you? What would be your focus? Honestly, for me, it would be doing more meditation because, as we all know, I can stress out super easily.
No.
Oh my God, especially with
it's good for everyone.
Oh, I know, especially with this new job. Like, it's awesome, but it's like to go from 1 to 2 clients a day to all of a sudden, like, in one day, every day. it's like hectic. And there are times when I just want to like take the buzzers and make everyone bald. But
I know you used to hear from Lucy like all day, every day. And then I'm like, is Lucy alive? He's like, not even.
It's just so busy. I have like no time to stop. But yeah, I think for me, going to the next level is right now I've just been focusing more on tarot, been trying to really hone in on that, trying to open up more of my intuitive, right? Yeah, intuitive ability with the tarot. I got to do more meditation and just really connecting with my ancestors, I think.
I like that.
Mhm.
That's good.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back. So for me, it's funny. For me, it would be. It sounds so silly because I'm like, is that really my spirituality? I like where my spirituality is at because, like, I'm confident in where I'm at and everything. My spirituality is in a good place. I think if I were going to take it to the next level, for me, that would be like starting my business end of it, like quitting my day job and getting my big barn where I can teach out of. And
right.
There's so many business like things that I need to do. Like I realized that my New York State clergyship thing is out of date. And I'm like, now I got to go back in and pay the money and do that again. And there's just a whole bunch of little business stuff that I have to get done so I can quit my day job and do this full time, which is, I'm like, so that's for me, that's where I'm at. Cause I think that would then, when I'm teaching, that's when I like feel the best anyway. So
that's what I love about it too. That's how I also identify with it. Like if I was to take it to the next level, it would be like being able to like make at least a little living off of my little crafts and the things that I do and stuff like that. And then to where I can have my financial freedom and not owe anybody shit and just live off of that. And I have to bust my ass as hard as I do, but I got to work hard for a little bit longer in order to be able to achieve.
And there's something taught me when my mother is going through this crap where her boyfriend left her and she's 67 years old and she's like terrified because she's like, I'm 67, I'm starting over and stuff. And I thought, yeah, you know what? I don't want to get to that point, like not with Peter or anything. That's never going to happen. We've been together 30 years now, or almost 30 years close now. Whew. But with other stuff, I'm like, I don't want to get to that point where I'm like, wow, I'm 67 and I haven't done what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
So hold on. Something I'm getting this weird feeling. I like sense a question popping up. Oh, yep, there it is. So Conjurer's Table just asked, what do you do when you feel spiritually stuck? Where do you find your inspiration?
How did you know that question was coming?
I'm just that good, guys.
Yes, who wants to go?
Oh, I'll go since I asked my own question. My practice, a lot of the time, sorry, I'm laughing still because that was kind of awesome. But a lot of the time through my path, and I know a lot of people out there feel that they go through waves of like, oh my gosh, like I have a million things that I want to do, all this cool inspiration. And then it kind of weans and then you get stuck. Because I know Hecsen, we were talking I think a couple weeks back, you're like, oh, I just feel very stuck right now.
And like I said, it happens to me. It happens to everybody. It's okay to feel stuck sometimes in a funk to where you're like, fuck, I can't get out of this. You're not inspired to do anything. You're not inspired to do your arts and crafts, like the things you love to do. So it's like, what do you do then when you're not inspired? So I usually do some self-inspiration work, like things to motivate me. Like, first of all, it has to be on a Tuesday with a blue candle and you have to use
And a 3/4 moon on a Tuesday.
in order to draw in the muse of inspiration to get out of your funk.
No, but a lot of the time, what I'll do is I will honestly, I love YouTube. I will like randomly watch different channels of like things that they're doing, talking about. Like I remember that time, Hecsen, when you were like giving all those YouTube videos of the junk journals.
Yeah,
that inspired a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
Sometimes even going back to basics, like reading different books that I had like 12 books that I hadn't even read. I was like, let me just pick it up, started reading them. And I was like, oh my God, there's all this stuff that I actually could talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it is, and I'll tell you, I love, you're right. YouTube works too. I kind of, click on a random channel that I haven't seen in a long time. And unfortunately, I always feel bad because I don't get to watch a whole lot. I just, between my stupid day job and trying to do my content and stuff, it ends up I don't get to watch very much, but so I do try to click on some channels that I haven't seen a whole lot of. But for me, most of the time it's about getting outside again. I'll be like, okay, I need to go outside under the moon and just sit there and shut the fuck up and figure out why I'm in this, and connect again and really just be. And then that usually helps.
If you find yourself in a place like Jen where it's snowing, I find myself where it's still 98 degrees outside with 70% humidity. It's horrible. I hate South Florida. But how then in that aspect do you bring the outside in?
I try to, but I literally force myself to go outside. Like I become such a hermit in the wintertime. I can't even tell you. Like I do not go outside. I hate freaking winter. I hate it. I hate the snow. I hate shoveling. I get tired of it. By the time March comes, I'm like ready to kill somebody because I'm like, it's gray every day. I hate it.
Oh my God, all the way till March is horrible.
But I force myself for the last 2 years now. I have forced myself at least I'm like, nope, on the full moon, I have to go outside for 10 minutes. If I have to get a damn snowsuit on and sit there with my gloves on, and I'm going to be outside for 10 minutes on the full moon. And this year I'm going to widen it to the new moon and the full moon. So now twice a month, I have to get my butt out there and sit there. And I don't care how cold it is. I need to sit there for 10 minutes. Because I need to connect.
I love this channel.
That connection, I'm like, I need to connect again. It kills me.
That's a beautiful name. October's Healing Spirit.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Says Lucian, you inspire me.
Oh,
that's pretty.
That's the number one reason why I created this channel, was to inspire and teach. Which is also probably what everyone else does, but hey.
Yeah, but even then,
everybody does things a little different. So you're gonna do things a little different that sparks somebody else differently. Yep. That's why there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
The beauty of it all is, even though we all practice something similar, it's like one person does it a little bit differently that you may not have thought of. So it's like you just learned a different way of doing something.
And you could. It's funny because especially in eclectic witchcraft, it's a lot of people have created their own path and what works for them. So sometimes, like, let's say Lucian is a voodoo priest.
Wait, I gotta show everybody my son's ass. Look, he's wearing yoga pants, the little shit. Look at.
Oh, damn.
I know. I'm like, what the hell? He's right. Yeah. He's like, I wear yoga pants better than you. Fuck you. Little shit. Right, okay. Distraction. Go ahead. Sorry.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Now, do they?
I forgot what we were talking about. Yeah.
We got
what?
Oh gosh, I forgot.
Fuck. Thanks, Frankie. Distraction. Oh gosh.
That's too funny. What were we saying?
What was we talking about? Hold on.
I don't know, because I'm just looking at the chat here and everyone's like, nice pants.
Beetlejuice pants.
Oh gosh.
Try living in Alaska. Yeah, no, I wouldn't survive. It's bad enough. I mean, I love New York for a lot of things, but from about December 27th till April or May or June last year, I
wouldn't be able to do it.
And March is the worst. There's something about March. It's cold and it's.
I mean, unless I lived in like this huge abandoned palace with gargoyles everywhere, and I could just lay down in a coffin and just be like a vampire and go into hibernation for 8 months of the year. Yeah.
Well, that sounded great up until laying in a coffin, but
it's a really nice coffin though. Like
I got very gossip with it.
This would be bedazzled.
You know, I want full red velvet interiors.
Mama, did Frankie change out of the pants now? Nope, he didn't.
Oh, what I was saying is, let's say if Lucian
Kaylin got them for you on a bet.
She had to pay for
like
you wear them out in public.
Voodoo is very similar to Santeria in a way, but at the same time they're very different. So what I was trying to say is, even if we were to follow the same Orisha, our paths can be totally different, and the way you work with, let's say, Yemaya is totally different than the way I work with her, and we can both be equal devotees of her. But that's the beauty of it, you know, when you learn from each other and stuff like that. And this is why we do this, guys. Like, our paths and our crafts are totally different.
Sorry, someone missed it and they asked for just a peek because they missed it. Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying how our paths can be very different in our practice wise, but at the same time, you know, we take from each other, and that's the beauty of it, where our paths can be totally different opposites or different pantheons of gods and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's these universal energies that have always been around, these archetypes, you know, and we're all tapping into the same archetypal energy, no matter what we call it.
Yeah, I know. And I love our community too, because like if somebody asks me something and I'm like, oh wait, I think there's something in voodoo. Yeah, Hecsen and Lucy know about that. Let me see if they know what, you know, and they're so, I don't know. That's why I love our community, because I don't see the jealousy and the, I don't know, competition. I'm not competing with you guys. I love you guys. I want you guys to do awesome, because the more awesome you do, which I know is not a term, shut up, then everybody does that good. And if you learn how to connect to what, you know, works for you, then everybody does well. That's what I want. That's what you guys want.
I want to teach people and have them become aware of also, like, I do a lot of ancestral work, and most of my craft is done through ancestral work, because I learned in my craft, for example, in Santeria, in that aspect of my craft. Yes, you want to honor the Orishas, and they are the guardian spirits and things like that. But when it comes to your ancestors, that's your bloodline. Those are living beings that, because of them, you are here in the world today. So therefore, you honor your ancestors first, in order to then, like, it's like your ancestors are the first ones invited into your ritual circle, and usually by a playing of drums or things like that, where it's a ritual dance dedicated to your ancestors. And once your ancestors are reunited there with you, then you call on the higher spirits or higher beings. Yeah. So I usually treat it like that, and that's actually something I've recently gotten into doing when I'm doing my work. I call in my ancestors first, and then I work with the deity that I'm working with.
I love it.
Pat asked a question. Earlier, Pat had asked a question about the next video he should do, because he did one on Norse mythology. Pat, I think Odin.
Thor and Odin, which is Othin. I'm trying to work on it, Pat.
Is that how it's pronounced? Othin?
Odin.
Odin?
Yeah.
Oh wait, like
Scandinavian.
Ein, or is that actually Odin?
It's Odin, but it's
Yeah, but the way
Oh,
they pronounce it is very different than the spelling.
Yeah.
Way different than the spelling.
I've
Yeah.
always been pronouncing
Just
it
if
wrong.
you go over, like, I love listening to my relatives in Denmark because I'm always like,
I like the way you say the proper term for the Morrigan very, very nicely. The way you pronounce it, Momma Squirrel. You pronounce it kind of like Morrigan.
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, that's it's funny. It's just who my influences are. You know, like either I have relatives in Denmark, and then the Celtic people that I listen to. I always try to, especially Celtic stuff. I try to listen to people who like are from there and know the Gaelic and stuff like that. Even though, Gaelic is really hard. It is not easy.
It is like, it really is like an ancient tongue, like from a very, like, very, very ancient times.
Yeah.
It's been around for a very long time, Gaelic.
Yeah. And it's so pretty. I mean, I love it, but
it's beautiful.
It's hard.
That's what the I think that's what the Janasa Giles tarot is written in Gaelic, right? Is it Gaelic?
No, it's I can't remember what it's called now.
It's another one.
Yeah. It's close to Portuguese, but it's not. I can't remember what she called it.
It's like an old Spanish.
Yeah. So what do we want him to do next? I don't know.
Myths would be
well, Yule is coming. So I know it's a little bit too far away, but I always love the story of Slipnar or Slipnir, or I'm not going to try to pronounce it in Scandinavian, forget it. But I always love that story because that's where the reindeer came from.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of different myths that he can cover.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
The Tom T stories of...
Yeah.
The language the cards seem to be in is in Galician.
Yeah, that's
Galician, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you know what we're saying, Pat? Do you?
Thor is traditionally... Oh, it's curled up. Thor is the hot period. Oh my god. Fuck Thor. I just need me some Aquaman. Oh.
Sleipnir. Thanks you. I knew you would know how to do it. I'm always like, yep. I can say it right like the first time I hear it, and then it's gone again.
Oh yes. I thought she said Slipknot as well.
Slipnir.
Oh, really? No, it's
that's like Slipknot.
Slipnir.
Oh, that's cool. It translates as the slippery one.
Ew. Slippery.
Oh my god. My mom just went to a whole new level.
The slippery one.
Slippery one. My.
Yay. It's such a cool story though, because it's that's where Santa came from, is Odin and Sleipnir.
Yes. So Sonia's like, I've started Yule early. Has anyone else thought about starting Yule early?
I haven't.
I have started planning. Like that's why I put that thing in the group, because I want to start planning on my Yule crafts. I start, Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I got to write this down because I got to start my winter solstice brew because it takes like 4 weeks. Do I have a pen? Damn it.
Winter solstice.
Oh my God. And the winter solstice brew is so good. If you guys want me to post the recipe, it's super good, but it takes 4 weeks to like mature.
That means you need to post it tomorrow.
Is it 4 weeks? Really?
Well, I mean,
yes.
2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. We're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Well, the American Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Somebody remind me and I'll post the recipe because it's so good.
Yeah. Because I don't
like Thanksgiving. I'm against it, but I do like the food.
Yeah, I found my Tom T in the Yule logs.
Well, then what do you do when you're like me and decided that this year your Yule is like, I mean, my Christmas tree is dressed like a witch. So it's like my Samhain is dragging into Yule.
It's just the nightmare before Christmas.
Yes, the nightmare before Christmas. Literally.
You don't have to have just one Yule tree. I have like 6 usually.
No, like I already put all this stuff up, and Dave's like, "Is that permanent?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, then what happens?"
Duh. Why would it not be
You just
permanent?
decorate over it. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them I wrap some of mine in like Yule paper. You put, the little lights up and around it. It's we have to have several trees because I have to have one for like crystals, and then I have one for like all kinds of natural stuff that we put outside so the birds have stuff to eat. And then Peter has to have one because he has to have one that looks like Martha Stewart did it. And I'm like, ooh, no way! I just throw all kinds of stuff on it. I have to have a lot.
Ooh, was it Rachel that had a Yule log idea? I just briefly saw that comment. Where is it? Oh, Shauna said it. Here it is.
What's
Yule log idea? Oh, Rachel. Wait, is that the Rachel that it's spelt Rochelle, but it's pronounced Rachel? Or is it actually Rochelle?
I don't know. I can't find her comment.
I don't remember.
I love your Yule log.
I'm curious what her Yule log idea is.
Oh, wait, here it is. I want to do a Yule log collaboration of some sort. This is going to be my first year making a Yule log. I have a few other channels that also want to do some sort of community collaboration. Oh, I wonder if do I have.
Wait, is she making? She's making Yule logs to sell them?
I don't know. I think it's just. I don't know. It's in the collaboration stage. This is going to be my first year. I have a few other channels. Yeah, Amethyst. Actually, oh, that's who it is. That would be an awesome idea to do. Bye, Tange.
I can't find it. We have our Yule log someplace, but of course I can't find it right now. I was going to show you just to get an idea because they're really super easy.
I have no Yule log.
You don't have a Yule log? They're really easy, honey. I'll send you one.
Where do you find a Yule log? I just the two that I had was
piece of wood, drill a thing into it, put the candles on, and decorate it. You're crafty. You can do that. It's easy. It's the hardest part is finding the wood, and it depends on what kind of. Like I would really like white birch Yule logs because they're really pretty. But
I got a piece of birch wood on like a tree, like a little stump. I found that at the store the other day.
That's all you need. Try to put like 1 or 2, 3 little drill. Oh, you probably don't have a drill.
Do I have to drill though? I don't want to drill it.
No, you don't have
to decorate around it.
Can I just decorate around it and use it as a base for a candle holder or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so just take the stump, use it as the base, because that's what I did one time. Because I got like the little round logs from.
Maybe do like a little wreath around it and decorate a wreath around.
That's what I did. Because I had a log that I got from Michael's. It was just like the tiny little round one that was similar to my Wheel of the Year. And then I just put like a white wreath around it and then had candles on either side.
Even Walmart has those now in the in the crafty section. They have the wood burning tool, and they also have like the little the slices of the log in different sizes.
Yep.
And that's kind of cool too. That could be cool. That gave me an idea. Like you could use a log and do like you could burn with the wood burning tool, like a pattern on it, and you could burn it and use it like a crystal grid Yule log type thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Sorry, I know I disappear and then it didn't break. I'm looking for my.
That sounds like some serious cauldrons.
Oh my gosh, guys! Look at. I have so much shit under my working altar that I really need to clear it out. Look at. It's just string. I don't want to throw stuff out, so I just have a box of string under there. I'll use it eventually. Somewhere under here. I have
products to decorate your log, definitely.
Oh, see, here's some of them. I have a whole box of wood slices.
Oh, those are awesome.
I never know. I have so much shit under here. Oh my god, guys, I can't.
I have to send you and Lucian birthday packages. I haven't sent you birthday packages. Those are awesome for like a giant room set.
Use them for like ornaments.
Yeah, I have little ones.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I have my glass ornaments someplace too that I like make witch balls out of and put on the tree. I gotta find them. I don't know. Oh, these are. I forget what I have under here. I have like a treasure chest under here.
Are you talking about this one, Maya?
Oh my God, I love that.
There we go.
Are those glass vials?
Yeah. I have 3 boxes of them. I found them at Goodwill one time. So I just put corks into them, and I don't even know how many are in here, but
That shit looks like there's 50 of them.
yeah, they're probably
or more.
There's a lot. I'm so bad. I have so much stuff that I just am like, what's this? Oh yeah, 1, 2. Oh yeah, I have 3 boxes of those. The glass
It's funny,
ones.
like, don't you feel ready to already like just quit your job and just like, do this full time? Because I'm like every day I'm more and more ready to just think, fuck my job.
Completely. Before I had a cauldron, I've had this for a long time.
Ooh.
Look, it's cast iron. You can put stuff up here, and then the candles go under here.
Underneath. That's awesome.
Oh, and look, there's a spider. Sorry, buddy. Hold on.
Oh, I
Hang
see.
on, take him outside. Hold on, buddy. You gotta go outside. You can't be in here.
Oh, he's kinder. If that was me, bye. Flush down the toilet.
So anyway, yeah, before I had a cauldron, I've had this for about, I don't know, 20 years. I just have all kinds of, I don't know. I have so much crap, you guys. It's insane. Jars and bowls and baskets and
I never
bottles.
have enough jars. Like I can never have enough jars. I'm sorry.
I know. Nobody can. I mean,
I like go to Savers every time.
I have to
Like,
stop.
12 jars that I want to bring home with me.
I have to
every
stop.
time I see one of these, I get it because I'm like, oh, I got to use it for herbs.
I have to
And
stop.
I have like 3 of them that are empty.
I have to stop thrifting and I can't.
Yeah, so you know what? I think I really need to have a sale this weekend because I have so much crap. And then I brought stuff from my mother's to sell. So
Oh, can I pull a fortune for you, Mama, and one for you, Lucian, from my Chinese thing that I found at the thrift store?
You found them?
Oh my God! Yes, look.
Them.
Someone told it's missing one. It's missing one that I have to create it, but it's out of bamboo, and then it has this red paint on the tip. Where's my camera?
You know
That's so
what characters mean?
And they have numbers. There's a booklet. It came with a booklet.
Good. I'm like, girl, what did you know?
But someone told me, okay, so it's called Changtong Chinese fortune sticks, and it's like the oldest, one of the oldest divination forms in Chinese. And then, so it's missing one of them that I have to replace it. And then someone in my live earlier said it's also known as, because I thought it was the I Ching, but it's not the I Ching. It's 78 sticks, and someone had said on my live that it was the Oracle of Kuan Yin or something like that.
That's cool.
So I have to look into that because I don't know about that, but let's see. Who wants to go first?
Oh.
whoever.
We both went like that at the same time.
All right, Lucy, you have number 39.
Ooh.
Now, let me tell you, earlier when I read one for Kendra, it kind of let her have it, and mine let me have it too.
Oh,
They're not all nice.
I'm ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
I put Halloween bags under there. Damn it.
Ooh,
Sorry, go ahead.
So number 39, it gives you like a luck, and then it gives you like your fortune, and your fortune is like a rhyme. So your luck for today, it says, you've drawn today a 39. For business deals, it's very fine. Your fortune. A fortune is your aim in life, your firm and main desire. You'll struggle hard, but don't give up. You'll win if you don't tire.
Well,
You have me at
Firm desire, you'll struggle hard. I'm not saying anything, just saying.
You have made a hasty promise that you regret but must keep. You will get your wish. They're kind of shady. Some of them are shady.
Like I asked for my future, not my present.
Do you see that? That's like a Zen kit for your desk. It's a
That's cool with
sandbox.
the sand.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
no.
You
it's
can
got
even
the
use that as a boat. I've seen people do that with like a Buddha, and they put a Buddha on top, like a Buddha.
Yeah, or like with the bonsai tree.
Yep, that's been sitting under my altar for about 6 years.
Momma Squirrel got number 7.
Okay. Oh, that's my number. I love that number.
Let's see what it says.
Yes, I get white birds in my neck of the woods. I just have to get it like after a storm when they break. I won't cut them.
Lucky 7 sages say is always good. It's yours today. Your fortune. Love for yourself and self alone. Your life should happy be. So bless this gift that's given to you through life and eternity. A strange home within a year. You will get your wish.
Squirrel community.
Woo! Commune on the way, baby. Within a year.
That's
I love it.
I like this thing.
Oh, you know that's true because if my mother moves in here, I'm out.
Oh. Well, guys, I think I might wrap it up a bit.
Oh my God, we're almost.
We've almost been on 2 hours.
Yeah, I just realized that. I looked at the time. I was like, well, damn. That went by quickly.
Let's just do 2 more hours.
Right. Just kidding, guys. We're going to do a 24-hour show today. Oh, gosh.
No, it'll be Yule Fest all over again. We're going to be on for 24 hours.
Come
We all
midnight.
fall asleep.
No, it's like come midnight.
Oh my God, that was your last year. I can't believe it's gonna be a year.
I know.
Oh my God, the squirrel admin, we made a year already. Then
Yeah.
I don't remember what day it was, but we made a year already.
Yeah.
We all got together, like we all started, like we met each other right after Samhain before Yule last year.
It was around this time.
Uh-huh.
Aww.
Aww.
So cool. A year. Yay. That's awesome. I love it.
But we need to celebrate a year thing as a family and see how as many admins as we can get in one live. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Lucy, how long have you had your channel? Doesn't it tell you like?
Actually,
I'm gonna check mine too. You just mentioned that.
Yeah, it's got to be coming up. You guys' years have got to be coming up if they haven't been already. It has to be really close.
Damn, I have 30 plus videos. Bullshit.
It's been a year.
Oh wow, 11 months ago was my first video.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. Hold on, I'm looking up Lucy's. Are you looking up yours or no? I'm looking up yours.
I went on my channel and I just scrolled up to the last video and it gives you the time frame. Because I don't know if we can go. Let me see if
Channel. So where is it? Upload.
Oh, hold on. It's been very close to a year, Lucy. It was, what's the date?
I go to the oldest.
October 21st. So it's been a year.
It's been a year.
Yay!
Oh, I started on October 1st?
October 21st.
Oh, 21st. Okay. Oh, wow. It's been over a year.
Woo! I don't know. I know it's been over 5.
Oh, see? Mine was published on November 20th, 2018.
Oh, wow.
So yours is almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yay. I don't know when. I think was I 4 years or 5 years? I can't remember.
Oh my God, you're like 8 years.
I can't be 8 years. Am I really? No.
I'm gonna find it because I know it's been more than 5 years. I know it that you've been on.
Really? No.
I think so. Because I remember seeing a really old video of you.
Oh, actually, here. Hold on.
Okay, come on, videos. Oldest. Wait.
Okay, and
4
here.
years ago, yeah. It says 4 years ago. Let's see. Your first video was your ancestor altar?
Yeah, when it was like on a little tabletop.
Yeah, with these little drawers on it.
Yeah, and then those drawers fell apart eventually.
Oh yeah, March 2nd, 2015.
March 2nd, 2015. So this
You're
March
going on 5 years then next
Oh wow,
month.
5 years.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow. 5 years. That's so weird. That does not seem like 5 years ago. At all. That's funny.
Wow. Time flies by so quickly.
It does. So I think we should do Yule Fest again, but do it different.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we should try to do 24 hours because we're all like,
a 2-part.
I'm so tired.
Or maybe we can link with other admins and do like multiple lives like this, like grouped.
Yeah, I think that's
Like 2 grouped lives back to back or something like that.
Yeah.
Until midnight, because that's as far as.
And then at midnight we can all go to bed.
Wait, how many people does StreamYard can hold in one stream?
Like 8, isn't it a lot? Let me see.
Because maybe we could hop on and
Isn't
just
it
do
like
like
8 people that you can have on at once on StreamYard?
On mine, I actually have no idea.
Doesn't it show right underneath on your thing when you're the?
Oh wait. Oh, invite? No, that
because
doesn't.
maybe what I'm thinking, either we could split it or
Yeah,
do
tell
one
me.
live.
It shows me that I can add more people, but I don't know what the max is.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
we
yeah.
could do one live, like a 2-hour special or something. And we
Yeah.
all, as many of us that wants to join, we could just do like a one.
Oh, okay. Some people are saying 6. Oh, some people are saying 10.
6
I'll figure it out.
in the lobby. I don't know what that means. Or we could do like an hour on one person's channel and then an hour so everybody gets a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
2
we're gonna
hours,
do
guys.
it.
We probably should keep going.
Thank you so much for joining me. This was actually
That was so fun.
I really
I know. I feel like we only did like 3 spells, but we had stuff to talk about for 2 hours.
right. Yeah, a lot of good stuff was shared.
Yes, it was.
We need to
Thank
do
you
this
for
more
having us,
often.
Lucy.
We need to do this more often.
I know. I told you I want to do something on my channel too soon.
It's like a get together type thing, you know.
Good to do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll work it out.
Cool.
We could go on like this all the time because you guys don't understand. This is like our admin chat. We're like, oh yeah, so we're doing
Right.
Literally daily.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Lucy, for having us.
No problem.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
I forgot that this was my channel that we were on.
Like, wait, where are we?
I was like, oh wait, because for a second I was like waiting to like for someone to like end the thing. I'm like, oh,
That's you.
I end you. Anyways, hold on. I'm just gonna boom. Okay. Bye, Jen. Bye. Yeah, but I just want to say thank you everyone in the live for joining us tonight. You guys had some awesome questions, a lot of awesome shared feedback of awesome spells and stuff. And this was a lot of fun. And
Oh, Mama Lil, we love you. Sorry you came on late.
oh, Lillian, you just came on right as we were ending. Oh,
No, we love you.
we love you
I
though.
miss Mama
Love
Lil
you.
on the tent so much.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up and say goodbye to Momma Squirrel and Hecsen. Bye, guys. Switching over to me. And guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.